Too often, valuable research data gets lost and cannot be restored anymore. It happens often that people lose valuable data because their computer breaks down, for instance, and they do not have a recent backup. Therefore, you need to safely store and back up your data during your project. Let's have a look at the different options for data storage. First, you can store files at the network drives, such as university file servers. These are usually secure and backed up regularly and ideal for master copies of your research data. Second, you can use local drives on PCs and laptops. This generally works fine if you back up regularly at another location or synchronize them with a network drive, for example. And please do so because local drivers can fail and computers may be lost or stolen. If you back up your data regularly, PCs and laptops are a convenient solution for short-term storage and data processing. Third, you can use remote or cloud storage. Services such as Dropbox and Google Drive are options, but please note that they will not be appropriate for sensitive data. Also, you should study their service level agreements before using them to store your research data. In the Netherlands, a good alternative to these commercial services is Surfdrive. Each university staff member in the Netherlands can use Surfdrive and gets 100 GB of storage through the institutional account. Surfdrive can also synchronize daily with your local drive, so you will always have a recent backup if something goes wrong with your PC or laptop. Comparable services may be available in other countries. Then finally, there are external portable storage devices such as external hard drives and USB drives. These are very convenient, cheap and portable, but not recommended for long-term storage as their longevity is uncertain and they can be easily damaged. If you back things up on an external drive, make sure to also back up your external drive. In other words, make 2 backups. Regarding making backups, you may choose to only back up certain data or to back up files that you use every day more regularly than others. The basic rule of thumb is the more important the data and the more often they change, the more regularly they need to be backed up. If your files take up a large amount of space and backing up all of them doing so frequently is difficult or expensive, you may want to focus on backing up its building blocks in the form of specific key information programs, algorithms or documentation that you would need in order to recreate the data in case of data loss. One option for storing and backing up data is the use of virtual research environments. When your research project involves collaboration with several researchers and a large amount of research data, you may have the possibility of establishing a data lab. A data lab is a secure online environment for storing, processing and sharing dynamic research data, digital tools and software, visualizations and other items with fellow researchers. In this video, we discussed several basic elements of data storage. Depending on your needs, it may be useful to look for additional information if required for your data management plan.